This is the mission house, which is a recreation of one of the older buildings here in Cayman. The question I've been asked is, why is it important to learn about past? Isn't the past the past? We can live without it. Well, there's a yes and a no, as an old friend of mine used to say. If you learn from your mistakes you know about in the past, we can do better things. If you forget your past, then you might do things which are not sensible, that your history has told you don't bother. The mission house represents what life used to be like in Cayman. We've moved on, obviously, but there's a lot of things we could learn from the way people lived back when they used to refer to the island as the island's time forgot. The picture you're looking at is of a commissioner of the Cayman Islands, Mr. Hurst, and he published the first history of the Cayman Islands in about 1910. In it, there was a photograph upon which this painting is based, and the caption was, "These were former slaves in Modern Town." And we learnt that this lady was born in 1812. That's 3 years before the Battle of Waterloo, which was quite important. So she was a 23-year-old girl when her freedom was handed back to her. Shouldn't have been taken away from her in the first place. This house was owned by a family whose last name was Watler. And up until a little while ago, I thought the name Watler was a spelling mistake. And the reason for thinking that was one of my colleagues at the middle school was called Martin Walters. No, not so. Another Watler said that the name Watler was used by those people who made wattles. And a wattle was a flexible piece of wood that you could use in a frame. This frame happens to be made with ironwood. And when you had that frame, you could then use daub, or a mixture of limestone, heated limestone. You made lime, added water to that, then added sand, and then you daubed that onto the framework. And that is why the construction is called wattle and daub.
The Mission House holds the stories of our past, reminding us of the roots of our Caymanian identity and about the humble beginnings of our ancestors. Preserving these special landmarks mean that when our current generations have come and gone, our future generations will be able to reflect on history and define what being Caymanian means to them. To help us preserve more of our historic sites, please donate to the Historic Preservation Fund at www.nationaltrust.org.ky.